Good morning. I'm hoping that I can be heard. I have hit the unmute button this morning properly. I've done the processes and we're off to a wonderful start to our day with the cards today. I've got them spread here, as you can see by the by that, and we'll switch to that shortly. Just let your friends know that we are online and we're about to switch around to the actual reading. Now, I do still have the scrolly for the hypnosisplus.com.au, my website. I just want to do that notification first in case I forget it at the last. Anyway, and also a wonderful happy birthday to my son, Simon. I know he doesn't watch these, but I'm still wishing him a happy birthday publicly. Now, we'll get to the cards. I am Ros Boundy, Psychic Medium, and I've been doing these live streams daily with only a few that's missed. I've been doing them for a year now. So it's the basic 5-card spread, which you're going to see here now. And it's taken out of the Gilded Tarot book, this spread, which is still a set of cards that I've used for many years as well, that's been over, a long time. Anyway, I won't go into the time, my age, etc. It's my son's birthday today. So for those of you who might be over on the cross-posted pages, I think I've put the link in mytimetv.live as well as the group, Ros Boundy Psychic Medium Card Reading Group. I think that's the label of the group. I might have to shorten it soon. But what we've got, and that's just to help you learn along if you're wanting to take these daily as a learning tool type thing, because that's what that group will eventually be. And we're going to get into the reading of the cards. Yes, it is. Happy International Women's Day to you as well, Diane. Yep, Simon's a lucky boy. And good morning to you too, Carol. How are you? It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and I think Peanuts has just seen a dog walking past our windows. So here we've got the spread. Just a quick, whoops, I forgot the scroll. One day I'll get it perfect. What we've got here is the work energy in the first position. Second position is the home. Third position up here is unexpected card. This one here in fourth position is your role, and the fifth position is the outcome. So we'll get right into it. What we've got here is the home card or house that's actually in the workspace. So it's actually bringing in that wonderful feeling of solidity, family, security. It brings us back to, why do we work? What is the purpose of what we do? And I think most of us would probably say, yes, we are working for our, for those things that are important to us in life, our family, our connections, what surrounds us in our immediate vicinity, in how we feel safe, how we actually live, and the neighborhood we're in, the where, and all of that. And it's got the gate open, inviting, it's that invitation to actually have that coziness of a nice little home, rather than just looking like a house. And this being in that work energy, it's actually re-inviting us, I feel, to look at the why is it that we work. I know for myself, I actually do work from home, so it means even more significantly for that purpose, because my home is my workspace, and it really does feel cozy. It's going to be getting back to that real feeling of coziness and warmth, and because it feels like home. As both places have done, but I'm going to be choosing to be back at Port Elliot. So this is where that, for me, it actually brings in that connection and solidifies the why we work. It's not just for survival. It really is to create a home. And as I'm working through some of the things that are still here in this place at Meningie, that it really does bring that connection of the history of what previous homes have been, as I'm going through some of the, well, actually doing photos of photo albums. I'm not sure if I'm halfway yet out of 35 albums. I think I've got probably 15 done, maybe. I spent all day yesterday doing that. And here in the home space energy, in this one, we've got the mice. And they can be sneaky little trickers. They take advantage of whatever is around at the time. They are convenience little creatures. If it's convenient, they'll go for it. They're very and in this one, I've got lots of abundance of foods and even something to swing on, and he's chewing through it, so he might end up on his backside shortly. So I really like this card for some reason, but technically it actually does mean sort of someone being sneaky in the background and actually stealing and taking advantage of what is in the home space. There could be someone there in your home space that might be just trying it on a bit. So it's probably a good idea just to be aware of that and keep your eye out. And because it's coming up autumn and winter after that, of course, with autumn, just go around looking for those little mouse holes in your house as a practicality, because they do tend to come in the winter. Block those holes. Make sure they can't get in the first place. What we've got in the unexpected is the Bridges card. It is one of those in the expanded deck, which I did forget. For those who are new here, who haven't seen this deck, this is the cover of the deck. I forgot to do that. The expanded edition is the one that I'm using. And this one is one out of that section. And it is bridges. It just bridges the gap. That's really just the saying that you need to think of when you're seeing this card. Whether it's close or whether it's far, depending on timing or distance, it doesn't really matter. It's meaning that there's the opportunity for you to actually bridge a gap, cross a bridge, make that decision to have things sorted if there's some issues. So for me, that's, I think really it is more that deciding which stuff stays and goes still, because that's what my focus is until till this house is actually cleared of all things. And we have 10, the scythe, in your role position. So that really is get your hand to that handle and work it. And, don't lag about just doing nothing. Making sure it's productive really for the end goal. And the end goal in this is the harvest. So there's always work to do when you're doing gardening or cropping or orchards, anything. And projects, you have the steps that you need to do to create, from the creation of the project and idea into its final completion. So that's the role that we've got with the scythe there. That is your role. It is keeping your focus on the grindstone, even though that's a scythe, not a grindstone. Still a tool. And the final outcome is the tower. Now, the tower is about building up. It is about creating that little empire, or, what you want in your life. So if you're wanting to have millions, well, you'll do the work that creates the millions. If you just want to have a nice, comfortable home and living sustainably and minimalising what you're doing on the footprint of Mother Earth, which is what my goal is, pretty much, that's what the level of the tower will be for you. And that's what it is for me. So it's still that process, of using the tools, creating that space, even in the workspace if you work from home, and crossing all the bridges that you need to do for getting to this as the outcome of building your space, your place, your goals. So really, that summarises pretty much lovely spread. So contemplate them for yourself, soften your eyesight once you're in your heart space and doing a little meditation on them. I find that I just sit with, and it's only a few moments where I sit and feel into my own presence of being before I even spread the cards out. And then I look at them with the softness of that out of focus, look first and then see where my eyes go to first. For this morning's, it was the home. So that house, the home card. And so there's my focus for the day. Be the best person that you can be, and all blessings for today, International Women's Day it is. And for all things that are conducive toward that and how we can help each other as women. So, and the thing is too that we cannot forget that men are part of our lives too, in whatever way. It's finding that true balance of what is good. Okay, so be the best person you can be, and we'll say namaste till tomorrow, 8 a.m. Bye for now.